Hello, YouTube fans, here again, and I said it, and I'm a man of my word. Here's my brother,
Hiya.
Sam, and this is me, the lucky one. So let's talk about, what are we talking about now, Sam? Help me out.
Madeleine McCann.
Right, Marlon McCann. So tell me about Marlon McCann.
So, unfortunately, I'm losing my voice, so...
So don't worry about me, mate, today. It's not gone weird. You just said it for me.
But her parents left her in her room, and I'm convinced that she's been kidnapped. And there's lots of videos, there's lots of things online, and it's a sad story.
The world we're living though, Sam, it's like I said last time, it is sad. There are evil people out there. There's people that will prey on kids.
Yeah.
There's people that will prey on women. There's people that will prey on men. You know what I mean? It's a frightening world in real life, without talking about movies. There's a real Freddy Krueger out there. What do you prey on kids?
Yeah.
It's safe to say.
Yeah.
So what do you would have think happened to her then if Madeline?
Obviously, I've been to Portugal for such a long time, and I think she's left her apartment and she's just vanished.
No, that really is, isn't it? But in Barca, look, I'm after flipping word. In Barca, right? Let me out with my words. My speech is full and fucking bad to words. How big is that actual country?
Well, what do you mean?
How big is the actual country where she is?
Massive.
So if I was to go there, would it be said to say I get lost?
No.
Right, we're getting somewhere.
But I know, because in Cavuero, which is Ava,
Dog.
and yeah, she went missing.
And has she ever been found and been no body or anything?
Nope.
Okay, now, don't so yeah. So do you think then, is it safe for me to say, do you think she's been murdered?
I don't think she's been murdered, but I think that I think her parents have got something to do with it.
That's happened before. I remember looking, right, a bit of history here, when kids have been missing and you got a mummy on the news crying up the daughter's gone missing, I love her, crying with her. You find out a couple of months later that they've had something to do with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a frightening world, but it is too. Sad world that we live in, like I say, without repeating myself, but there we go.
Yeah.
Right, let's think of something else to talk about, something a bit more cheerful and not sad. Let's hear me up, mate. But what other topics would you like to talk about?
What's up, see?
Fuck it. We saw a movie early on when I went to my mate Sam's house, and it was called Steam. You all remember Steam. So let's talk about one of my favourite directors, who is sadly no longer with us, that being the legend. What's his name?
Wes
Craven. That's right. I'm going to talk a bit about all his films, my favourite ones, some what I thought was shit, and some what I thought was fucking masterpieces. I'll do a bit of history lesson on the first film he did, which is a fucked up film, that being from 1972, The Last House on the Left. Now, as you may or may not know this, Sam, in that year, the film got banned. It was banned for a number of years. You might not remember this, but it was a video nasty in the golden days of vid.
Yeah.
And it was a big, I forgot the fucking word. It was a big film for that era, but a very cheap budget film. And it was, like I say, it was banned. It was a fucked up film. Have you ever saw the original Last House?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Awful.
It's awful, but I did the film it's due without sounding like a weirdo. It is a definitely made film. It's made to be fucked up. That's what I'm getting at.
Mm.
It's made that way. Wes Craven knew what he was doing. He knew he wanted to bait something what no movie's ever done before, another error.
Yeah.
He wanted to bait boundaries, basically.
Yeah.
And he went that way, and of course the film became very successful, but then it became a very awful film. I mean, I named one of the actors was called David S, and he got typecasted to be in a lot of these sort of films after. And the funny thing is, Sam, one of the other ones who played a rapist and a murderer in the film was actually a guy who directed porn. I'm not lying you up, he fucking directed porn. And because of that, though, it fucked Wes Craven's career. He did porn himself, a bit of history for people. And it took this to do with his next film, being The Hills of Ice.
Oh, yeah.
And what did you think of The Hills of Ice then?
Awful.
Awful. I do admit it is awful, but again, a definitely made film. And the thing I love about Wes Craven was his early films, he always wanted to turn the civilised man, the civilised human being, into what would happen if something bad was to happen to him. So when you think about it, it does have a similarity to Last House, but its own type of story.
Tell you something.
Yeah.
When 9/11 happened,
Yeah.
Jesus. It went down like a brick of blocks. So,
Yeah. That's side effects on your dog. It's fucking crying.
I know.
Well, it would. When you think about it, Sam, it would fucking do. Think about that being a knob. You got a big fucking dock of aeroplane, right? It rats the fucking building. I mean, you got to feel for the fuckers in the building about being an asshole. It would have been like a fucking Barbie in their fucking building.
Yeah.
And I've seen photos there. Some of them were actually jumping out of the fucking buildings.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck? Seriously, out the fucking buildings. But yeah, there's a lot of history about it. Like when I saw it, and there was repeated it that many times on the news, the TV, it was unfucking believable.
Yeah.
And it's like today, it's like it's one of them, isn't it? You still remember it. It's still vividly. Does it stay in your mind? Have you ever seen it on TV?
Yeah.
You know. So there you have it. Right. Want to know one of my favourite horror movies, speaking of Wes Craven?
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I fucking love A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, you don't like that one?
No.
What would be your favourite one of Wes Craven's then?
Scream.
You saw Steam, so I knew that. I do admit Steam's a definitely made film, and when you think about it, Sam, that made the slasher films again. Because I grew up, right?
Yeah.
You've got to understand, I'm a little bit older than you, mate. I grew up watching all the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Halloween, The Burning. If you've never seen The Burning, you have to watch that. A damn good unestimated slasher film from the early 80s. The Prowler, another damn good one. There was loads, fucking loads of slasher films. But they were dying out when you got into, let's say, the 90s. They were dying out. And Steam sort of brought that era back. It brought the slasher back. You know, the Man with the Mask and all that. Which I love. I love that sort of era. I mean, I grew up watching those. I've named loads of slasher films you want to check out from a certain era, and I'd name them for you, mate. And you love them. You love them. But it's been fun talking to you, Sam.
Yes.
Like I say, we'll be doing some more videos like this, YouTube fans. So you're not subbed to me, the good-looking one, that being me. And press that magic button. I'll leave a nice comment to me and my mate Sam. Be nice to hear of yous. But into them, be smart, be safe. I'm having a barbie at East tomorrow.
Yeah.
We might save you some burgers. But into them, see you later.
Bye.